Have you ever wondered how your dog perceives time? To understand this, we first need to delve into how a dog's memory functions. William Roberts, an animal cognition researcher, proposes that animals exist in an ever-present moment, unable to mentally jump back or forward in time. This might seem hard to swallow, especially when you think about how we train our dogs. Yet Roberts explains that animals learn tasks similarly to how young children do. They pick up skills without retaining specific memories of how they learn them. So, your dog might sit when you say sit, but not remember the exact moment they learned what sit means. Beyond memories, dogs also depend on their internal biological rhythms to anticipate their daily routines. These rhythms, influenced by factors like hormonal changes and body temperature shifts, help them predict events like mealtimes. So, while dogs might not remember specific events, they do have a routine based on their internal rhythms. Given that dogs can't store memories like humans can they plan for the future? This question has sparked intriguing debates among experts. Yui Shepard, an educational director of the Association of Asian Veterinary Medical Professionals, believes that dogs are constantly living in the moment, suggesting they lack a clear concept of time. However, not everyone agrees with Shepard's perspective. Catherine Pankratz, a board-certified veterinary behaviorist, believes dogs do understand time intervals. She points to behaviors such as dogs waiting eagerly by the door shortly before their owner's return as evidence of their grasp of time. Scientific research also lends weight to Pankratz's viewpoint. A 2011 study found that dogs are indeed affected by the duration of time they spend alone, indicating they can differentiate between varying time lengths, even if they may not be aware of the specific duration. While there's debate over the specifics, it's clear that dogs do have some understanding of time. To grasp how dogs perceive time, we need to consider their internal clock. Much like the tick-tock of a grandfather clock, dogs have internal biological rhythms that help them anticipate daily events. These rhythms, combined with environmental cues, create a sort of canine timetable. When the morning sun streams through the window, it's time for a walk. When the kitchen lights flicker on, it's mealtime. These cues, however subtle, are like alarms signaling the next event in a dog's day. But it's not all about environmental cues. A study conducted on mice in 2018 suggested that mammals have an explicit representation of time in their brains. This fascinating research implies that dogs, too, might possess a similar internal mechanism. So while dogs might not be able to glance at a wristwatch until it's 3:30, they certainly sense time passing. Dogs might not perceive time as we do, but they do have a more nuanced understanding than we previously thought. How can we, as dog owners, communicate time to our furry friends? Now that's a question that's as intriguing as it is complex. Our dogs don't wear wristwatches, nor do they follow the tick-tock of a clock. Their perception of time is much different from ours, and yet we can help them navigate it. Establishing consistent routines is key. Just like we thrive on a schedule, so do our dogs. Regular feeding times, walks, and play sessions create predictable patterns that our dogs can anticipate. These routines serve as signposts in their day, giving them a sense of order and predictability. Moreover, environmental cues are essential. The sound of your alarm clock, the jingle of car keys, or the aroma of your morning coffee can signal to your dog that it's time for their morning walk. The closing of a laptop could mean it's time for play, and the dimming of lights, bedtime. While we can't explain time to our dogs in the way we understand it, we can help them navigate it through consistent routines and cues.